This is ChestertonRadio.com.
International Silver Company presents The Silver Theater, starring Bette Davis in Broken Prelude, directed by Conrad Nagel. Brought to you on behalf of two of the greatest names in silverware, International Sterling, world-famous solid silver, and 1847 Rogers Brothers, America's finest silver plate. Tonight, we welcome you to the 11th of the new series of Silver Theater dramatic productions. Among the many excellent dramas you will hear in future weeks will be David Goth's Red Book magazine story, Challenge for Three, in which the lovely Ida Lupino will be co-starred with Conrad Nagel, whom we know you'll be glad to hear once again in a dramatic role. He's with us today in his usual capacity of director, so I'll let him tell you about this afternoon's play. Conrad Nagel.
Thank you, John Conte. Today's drama, Broken Prelude, was written especially for Bette Davis in the Silver Theater by Grover Jones and True Boardman. Miss Davis is chosen as her leading man, Carlton Cadell, well-known radio actor. An important role will be played also by a very young lady about whom I think Miss Davis would like to tell you something. Right, Betty?
Yes, Conrad. The young lady is a protege of mine, Pamela Caveness. She plays the part of Nina Maloff, a girl of her own age, 15 years. Today marks Pamela's first public appearance, and I hope the Silver Theater audience received as much pleasure from her performance as I did when I first heard her sing and saw her act. I want to wish her luck in her debut and to thank Silver Theater for giving me this opportunity to present her.
Thank you, Betty. And now the lights are being dimmed and the silver curtain is rising on the first act of Broken Prelude, starring Bette Davis as Julia Connors. Our scene, the women's quarters of a penitentiary. Along the narrow corridor between the rows of cells moves a solitary figure, chief matron of the prison. Before one door, she stops.
Connors? Connors, come along. You're wanted in the warden's office. Oh, don't let me rush you, dearie. I've got all day. Come along.
Hey, Connors is going out. She's got a date with a warden.
Give her my love, Connors. Give her my love. Yeah. Come on, Connors. Move along. Shut up, the rest of you. All right, Connors. Here she is, Mr. Parkman.
Oh, yes. Come in, Connors. You, know Mr. Thomas here.
Julia.
I told you it was a waste of time.
I don't think so, sir.
Mr. Thomas has just come from the parole board, Connors. He's convinced them that considering the circumstances of your conviction, you should be paroled in his custody. So, you're going out today. I tell you frankly, Connors, he got the board to release you only against my recommendation. I'll have to admit that in many ways you've been a model prisoner, but...
Warden.
Oh, yes. Mr. Thomas has asked permission to talk to you alone, and, well, come, matron.
Julia. Julia.
Paroled in your custody.
Julia, listen to me. We've got to get this straight, you and I, now, before you go out of here. You can't see what these 3 years have done to you. You're not the Julia Connors who stood up and pled guilty in that courtroom. You're a different person. Someone I don't even know.
Is that all you have to say?
No. Julia, you can't do it. I know what's in your mind. Marcia Wallace. You think that Marcia Wallace framed you, and because of that...
I know she framed me.
All right, you know it then. And from the moment that you found it out, you've lived for just one thing. To get out of here and find Marcia Wallace again. That's true, isn't it? Julia, answer me.
Yes, it's true, and I will find her. There's nothing you can do to stop me. A model prisoner, sure I was. Because I was out to cut down the sentence that you wished on me, Mr. Public Prosecutor. 6 months. That's what you'd get me off with. But I must plead guilty. You said the cards were stacked against me, and I was sure to be convicted. But just by a plea of guilty, you could fix it. Maybe even get me off.
Julia.
5 years. That's what your friend, the judge, said. 5 years. And I was innocent.
I've tried to tell you 100 times there was no other way. The evidence was there to convict you, and
And evidence was all that mattered. A girl scared and desperate and swearing that she was innocent. That didn't mean anything to you. Well, I'm not scared now, Paul Thomas. I'm not desperate. If anyone ever knew what the score is, a girl named Julia Connors does. The state and Marcia Wallace owe me 3 years. 3 years, and I'm going to collect from both of them.
Julia, you can't. You'll bring yourself right back to this place.
Sure, I'll be back. And next time I won't be innocent.
Oh, listen to me.
No, I tried that once before. And as for that little joke of me being under parole to you, we'll both forget it now.
Will we?
Warden, matron.
Yes, what is it?
Suppose I go out at 4 o'clock, don't I?
Well, that's customary, yes. But as long as Mr. Thomas came all
Then
over...
I'll go back to my cell and wait till 4. And when I go out, I'll go alone.
All right, matron.
Come on, Connors.
What is this? My cell's the other way.
You're not going to your cell. Why she should want to see you beats me. But as long as she does want to, you're getting no chance to refuse.
What are you talking about?
You'll find out in here.
In the hospital ward, but...
Hey, matron, how's about stopping that phonograph? Yeah, that song's driving us nuts. Turn the thing off, can't you?
Shut up! Shut up, all of you! Shut up! Marloff wants that record playing, and she's going to have it.
Hey, if it's Maloff sent for me, I won't see her. What's Maloff to me? Just because we're in the same cell for 2 years.
Say, listen, this ought to mean something even to you, Connors. Maloff's dying. That's why those screens are around her bed. The doctor don't give her 2 days.
Oh, well, why'd she have to ask for me?
Well, that's something I can't figure out either. But she did. And you're seeing her. Now.
Oh, I won't do it. That record of hers. While I was in the cell with her, she played it 10,000 times. Even if she is sick, there's nothing that I can... Oh, all right.
Go on. You can move that screen, but don't make a noise. The nurse said she wasn't to be excited.
Okay. Anna?
Julia.
Hello, Anna.
Listen. That's me, Julia.
I know.
Anna Maloff. Soloist with the Chicago Symphony. The Anna Maloff. It is not bad, Julia.
Oh, no, it's good, Anna. It's wonderful.
She can be proud of that anyway. Can't she, Julia? Or that can make up to her for other things, for being...
Make up to... Oh, Anna, you must be quiet and rest. You're not...
I know what you think. That because I am sick, I see crazy things. Like out of my head. Oh, no. No, this is not like that. I know, Julia. I know what I'm saying.
The record, I'll turn it off.
No, again, Julia. Play it again. The others maybe then they do not hear what I tell you. Oh, no, they must not know, Julia. Only you. You go out today and you are different. I know. You can understand. Oh, the record again, Julia.
Sure, Anna. Now, come on, tell me. What is it, Anna? I'm going out. It's true. I've been paroled.
Then you go see her, Julia. Oh, you got to go. I can ask nobody else.
Going to see who, Anna?
Nina.
Nina?
My daughter.
You're
15 she is, Julia. 15 last month. Oh, Julia, believe me, there is a greatness in my girl. I know it. You should hear her sing. Oh, but she must have a chance. You see that, Julia?
Yes, Anna, and she will have. If your Nina can sing...
but not with him. No, not with him. She can have no chance with him. He hates her. Because she is my child, he hates her. He told her I'm here, Julia. I begged him that she should never know, no. And yet he told her. She wrote to me and told me that she knew.
Shh, Anna, hush. You mean your father told her?
Oh, no. Her stepfather, he is. Renato is his name, and... Oh, Julia, tell me you go to see her. There is nothing you can do, maybe, but you can see her. You can tell her I have said that always she must sing. That what has become of me must make no difference. Oh, say you will go, Julia. Look here. The address I have written down. 135 Cornelia Street. 135 Cornelia. Julia. You do not say you will go.
Oh, I'll go, Anna. 135 Cornelia Street. Sure, I'll go. Goodbye, Anna.
Goodbye, Julia. Oh, it not matter so much now what happens to me. Just so you see her and tell her what I say. Goodbye, Julia.
Matron, take me out of here.
All right, this way. And to think that of everybody in the place she chooses you to tell.
Yeah, well, I wish to God she hadn't.
And you were lying, weren't you? You'll never go see that kid. Connors, you were lying.
Sure I was. Sure I was lying. Why shouldn't I? Why should you pick me to tell a sob story to? I've got my own business to attend to. Business that nobody's going to interfere with. And what's Molly's kid to me? So she can sing. Oh, that's great. I suppose I should look her up and maybe have her sing for me. Maybe that song I've already heard 1,000 times before. Julia Connors, ex-convict turning good Samaritan, rescuing 15-year-old singers in distress. Oh, that's rich. It's wonderful. It's the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Just heard Act One of Broken Prelude starring Bette Davis. Before we continue with Act Two, here's a man with a few words about Christmas. Not a white Christmas or a gray Christmas, but a silver Christmas. John Conte.
The stores are bright with holly, and on every face you see there's an air of expectancy and excitement as that day of days draws closer. And what a truly memorable Christmas it will be for someone you love, if it's a sterling silver Christmas. For here is a gift that will endure for generations. The gift of solid silver of imperishable beauty, proudly created by International Sterling. If she already owns International Sterling Silver, make this Christmas the occasion to complete her sterling service by adding salad forks or other matching pieces. She'll be proud of your taste and thoughtfulness in giving sterling silver, and proud of your cleverness at knowing just the right pattern and the right pieces. Or if she's a woman who has always longed for solid silver but never had it, here is your chance to start a service for her. Give International Sterling's lovely Me to You set. This is a place setting for one person. 6 lustrous pieces of solid silver in the Enchantress pattern, costing only $16.75. Your silverware dealer will welcome the opportunity to help you select the right gift and the right pattern. So go there tomorrow. Find out about the budget payment plan. For this is indeed the Christmas to give solid silver by International Sterling.
Once again, the lights are dimmed and the silver curtain is rising on Act Two of Broken Prelude starring Bette Davis as Julia Connors. 4 o'clock has come and gone. Through the door which marks the boundary between freedom and imprisonment has walked the figure of Julia Connors alone. Early the same evening finds her in that crossroads of humanity that is New York's Grand Central Station.
Excuse me, miss, is something wrong? I mean, you look as if...
All those people, they're all free. All of them, aren't they? Just going anywhere they want to. It's funny.
Funny?
Oh, don't mind me.
I just want a taxi.
Oh, yes, I'm right out here.
Thanks.
Taxi here. Get a yellow cab. Taxi lady?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Where to?
507 East 54th Street. And hurry.
Young lady's wrong, driver.
Paul.
We want to go to 576 West 49th Street.
Huh? Okay.
You see, Julia, Marshal Wallace doesn't live at that address anymore. You're only wasting your time looking for him.
So, you've been following me ever since I left up there, haven't you?
Suppose we put it that I happened to come down on the same train.
I told you I wanted to be left alone.
Julia, there's one thing you overlook. You are under parole to me. And it depends on me whether or not you go back to serve those other 2 years.
Oh, I see. And you'd send me back, wouldn't you? You'd love to send me back.
It's the one thing I don't want to do. And you're not going to force me to. That's why you're coming with me now. Well, how do you like it?
I'm more used to apartments that have bars in the windows.
Here, let me take your coat.
Oh, that won't be necessary. See, I'm not staying.
But you are.
Uh-huh. I get it now. Excuse me. I evidently didn't understand what being paroled in someone's custody was supposed to mean.
This is your apartment, Julia. I happen to be paying for it, yes, but only until we found you a job so that you can support yourself.
Accepting nothing from you, Paul Thomas. Why should I?
I'll tell you why. It's a simple story, Julia. A lawyer who happens to be a deputy district attorney. A case is turned over to him to prosecute. A blackmail case involving a girl of whom he is very fond. There's just one thing he can do. He weighs all the evidence, gives that girl his best advice, promises her his help.
Oh, you're wasting time. I know all...
But his advice proves wrong. His help is anything but that. And the girl he wanted to protect suffers more because of him. That's why, Julia. Because that man realizes there's nothing he could do for that girl to make up for his mistake. But he can try. Say that you'll stay here, Julia.
No.
You know, Julia, it's really not such a bad apartment. There's a swell view of the river from the kitchen window.
I said I wasn't staying.
And in case you feel like music, a combination radio and phonograph. I just guessed at the records. Listen, I'll play one.
Oh, let's cut the little comedy, Paul. I told you before where I was going and what I was going to do to find Marcia. I told you, too, that... Turn that off.
All right.
You know.
The matron told me.
No, I think I see another answer. The whole thing was framed, wasn't it? A little idea of yours, even having Maloff tell me that tale about...
No, Julia. It wasn't framed. You see, Anna Maloff got out of prison today, too. Just before you did. Only in a different way.
Oh, did she?
What are you going to do?
Well, that's my business.
She died believing you'd keep your word to her.
Oh, but why should I? What's Anna Maloff to me?
I phoned down for a report on the stepfather. And Joe Renardo is anything but a new name at headquarters. That address on Cornelia Street is a so-called club that he operates as a front for gambling. A swell place for that 15-year-old daughter of Anna's.
Oh, will you shut up? I'm getting out of here. Getting out, do you understand? I told you what I was going to do, and parole or not, you can't stop me. I'm going to find Marcia Wallace.
Who, ma'am?
Marcia Wallace. Is she here?
Miss Wallace? No, ma'am. She ain't lived here for more than 2 years. Last I knowed, Miss Wallace was at the Chelsea, ma'am.
You go see Nina, Julia. Oh, you got
Chelsea.
to go. I can ask
Chelsea.
nobody else.
Hey, is that all you wanted, ma'am?
Yes, the Chelsea, you say. I'll find her, thanks.
She was only here a month, but you could probably find her through Chorus Equity.
Oh, Chorus Equity, yes. Yes, I should have thought of that.
The others must not know. No, only you, Julia. You go out today.
Equity.
You are different. You understand.
Oh, no. No. What did you say? Oh, nothing. It's just that I'm having trouble finding Marcia. Thanks, I'll try Equity.
Marcia Wallace? Why, yes, she's dancing at the Green Slipper up on the Post Road.
You got to go, Julia. There is nothing you can do, maybe, but you got to go see her. 135 Cornelia Street. Oh, you got to go, Julia.
Stop it!
Huh? So what?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm just a little upset. The green slipper on the post road, you say. Well, thank you. I've been looking for Marcia for a long time, and I'm glad I found her. I'm glad.
Yes, miss, where to?
What?
Hey, are you all right? I'm
all right. Take me to,
Yeah?
Take me to 135 Cornelius Street. Here, driver.
Thanks. And say, miss, it's none of my business, but you're not going in that place alone, are you?
You're right, it is none of your business.
Well, I can only try.
The driver was right, Julia.
Paul.
And you're not going in there alone.
So you were waiting for me. You were that sure.
I wasn't sure, Julia. But this was our one hope. If you hadn't come here tonight, I'd have known that you...
Oh, you are wonderful. You think you've had your way, don't you? Well, you haven't. I came here tonight, yes. Well, because I said I would. But nothing else has changed. After I've seen the girl, I'll go right on from where I left off. Oh, and in case you're interested, I found Marcia.
Julia.
I'm going in now and get this over. You can come or not. It makes no difference to me.
It does to me. And perhaps to you, Julia. Have you thought how you'll get to see the girl? It probably won't be enough just to tell her stepfather that you came from Anna.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that.
Well, I have. Come, we'll go in. I'd suggest you let me do the talking.
Check your hat, sir?
Oh, thanks. Is Joe Renardo around?
Yes, sir. Right over there. I'll get it.
Paul, you said some kind of a club. This is just an ordinary bar.
A front for the club inside, and the club in turn is a front for the gambling room upstairs. A little complicated, but Renardo's found it practical.
Good evening. You wanted to see me?
Oh, Renardo? Oh, yes. Tony Morelli suggested that we drop in and see you.
Glad to have you.
Oh, excuse me. Miss Connors, Mr. Renardo.
Hello.
Oh, yeah.
And incidentally, Joe, suppose I said I felt lucky tonight. Think the place could do something about it?
You can go right up to the rooms now if you want. But if you take my tip, you'll come back to the club room first. The kid's just started her number, and she's worth hearing.
The kid?
My daughter. Didn't Tony tell you about her? I got her singing now. Does all right, too.
What do you say, Julia? Like to hear the girl?
Sure, why not?
Then you'll go in now?
Yes, show Miss Connors to a table, will you, Renardo? I've got a phone call to make. I'll be right in.
Sure. Come along, Miss Connors.
There would be nothing.
Here you are. Swell table.
In all my dreams
Thanks.
of you.
Well,
That my love
what do you think? Kid's not so bad, is she?
No. No, she's not.
Well, the waiter will take your order when you're ready, Miss Connors. I'll see you later.
I can't erase your beautiful face before me.
Well, Julia, what do you think now?
Paul, let's get out of here.
Get out of here.
Why not? I've seen the kid, and she's all right, and that's all I
You
said.
said you'd talk to her.
Oh, I won't. Why don't you keep out of this?
You're not leaving already?
Yes,
I've just been persuading Miss Connors to stay, Renardo, and I think another number from that daughter of yours might do the trick.
Oh, Paul.
But I think Miss Connors agrees with me that with a voice like hers, the girl ought to sing a different kind of song. Can she do None But the Lonely Heart?
Paul, no.
None but, well, I don't know, but I'll ask her.
Is this more of what you call humor?
Listen, Julia. You're to stay here with the girl. Do you understand? Whatever happens.
No, I don't understand, and I want you to keep out of this. You can't run my life, Paul Thomas. You tried that once, and I...
Listen. That girl, Julia. That kid in this kind of a place.
Shut up.
And that voice singing for Joe Renardo's customary.
Shut up.
It's a raid! Out the back door, everybody, quick! Nobody leaves this room!
Oh, that was why you phoned.
I had them waiting. It's the one sure way to get rid of Renardo. Remember, you're to stay here. Whatever happens, you're to stay here with the girl.
Okay, Mr. Thomas, they're all loaded. You say you're coming down to see about booking them?
Yes.
The lady here ain't to go, huh?
No.
And that young kid's in the next room. What about her?
Oh, I'll bring her out here.
Okay.
Now, listen, Paul, I tell you, I'm not.
Come in here, kid.
Are you going to take me, too?
No, Nina, we're not. It's just that Miss Connors here wants to talk to you. She's a friend of your mother's.
Of my mother's?
I've got to go. Come, officer.
Paul!
Why are you laughing? And what is all this?
Oh, you heard him say...
Why didn't they take us, too?
You heard him say, why, Nina? Because I'm a friend of your mother's.
Oh. You mean from a long time ago? You sang in the same company with her or something?
No, I didn't sing with her.
Well, Mother's away now, you know. On business. She'll be gone quite a while, so if you...
I saw your mother this morning, Nina.
This morning? Oh, then you're from...
Yes. Yes, I got out this afternoon.
Oh. How is my mother?
She sent you a message.
A message?
Yeah, she wants you to keep on singing.
Well, I've been doing that. Joe wouldn't let me stop if I wanted to. He says it's good for his business to have me sing. But, of course, that's not the kind of singing she wants me to do. Did you ever hear my mother sing?
Yes. I heard her.
She's one of the greatest contraltos of our day. An opera critic said that in a review. I read it in her scrapbook. She wants me to sing an opera, too. Later on, I mean.
Yeah, I'm sure she does.
But you haven't told me anything about her. How she looks and everything. You see, after I found out, I wanted to go up and see her right away. You know, to tell her I didn't care. I mean that I understand. You know.
Yeah, I know.
But Joe wouldn't let me. Of course, I wrote to her, but that's not the same thing. I told her I hated staying with Joe, but it'd be okay till she got out. But she hasn't answered yet. Do you know how soon her sentence is over? Why are you so funny? Why don't you answer me?
Nina, listen to me. Your mother...
Yeah?
Nina, you've got to give up the idea of going up to see your mother or of her getting out.
What do you mean?
Well, you have to know sometime, I suppose. Your mother died, Nina, this afternoon. It's better for her, Nina, and she wanted it this way, believe me. Oh, I'm the last person she talked to, and she told me she didn't care. She didn't care, except for you. As long as you're all right, that's all that mattered to her. Oh, and she's happier now. She's better off. Don't you see that, Nina?
Sure. I guess I do.
And like I said, she wants you to keep on singing.
But I can't. Not for her. I mean, like she wanted me to. When Joe comes back, oh, why did she have to die?
Nina, stop it. You've got to. And don't you worry about Joe. You're going away from here. Now, listen to me. You must have some other relatives, aunts or uncles, somebody you could go to.
I haven't, though. I'll have to stay with Joe.
Well, you won't. No, that's one thing you won't do. You're leaving here tonight.
Leaving here?
Sure. With me.
You mean to stay?
Oh, it's crazy. It'll mess everything, but you are leaving. You're right. Your mother did want you to sing different songs, and you're going to sing them, and I'm going to see that you do.
We'll tell you something about next week's episode of Broken Prelude. But first, here's a man who'd like to help the men in our audience with their Christmas lists. John Conte.
If you'd like to see the eyes of the woman you love shine with a new light this Christmas morning, make your gift to her America's finest silver plate. For here indeed is a gift to cherish a lifetime. Gleaming silver plate by 1847 Rogers Brothers. The name 1847 Rogers Brothers first won recognition 91 years ago, when in a little New England town, a small company of silversmiths distinguished themselves by creating the finest silver plate this country had ever seen. The painstaking skill of those early craftsmen, the patient, loving devotion to the ideals of beauty and quality have endured to this day, reaching even greater heights with the creation of their latest pattern, First Love. For the First Love ornament is deeply etched and richly raised in a perfection of craftsmanship formerly found only in sterling silver. And this loveliest of silver plate can be yours at special savings this Christmas. For example, the Silver Theater set, a magnificent 62-piece service in a handsome rosewood finish cabinet, costs only $59.75, $14 less than open stock price. Visit your silverware dealer tomorrow and see this stunning service in the First Love pattern, and in other beautiful 1847 Rogers Brothers patterns also. Learn on what easy, convenient terms you can get America's finest silver plate, 1847 Rogers Brothers.
Next Sunday on Silver Theater, we'll conclude the story of Broken Prelude, starring Bette Davis as Julia Connors and featuring Carlton Cadell as Paul Thomas, and Miss Davis's own protege, 15-year-old Pamela Caveness, as Nina Maloff.
This is the Columbia Broadcasting System.
For podcasts of works by G.K. Chesterton, plus drama, comedy, mystery, science fiction, big bands, and much more. The soundtrack to your Chesterton day at chestertonradio.com.
International Silver Company presents The Silver Theater, starring Bette Davis in Broken Prelude, directed by Conrad Nagel. Brought to you in behalf of two of the greatest names in silverware, International Sterling, world-famous solid silver, and 1847 Rogers Brothers, America's finest silver plate. We welcome you to the 12th of the new series of Silver Theater dramatic productions. Next Sunday and the Sunday following, you will hear Ida Lupino and Conrad Nagel in David Garth's Red Book magazine story, Challenge for Three. And in weeks to come, many more great stars and a score of thrilling and entertaining stories. And here is our director, Conrad Nagel, to tell you about today's play.
Today, Silver Theater presents the second and concluding episode of Broken Prelude, an original drama by True Boardman and Grover Jones, starring Bette Davis as Julia Connors, and Carlton Cadell as Paul Thomas, and Miss Davis's 15-year-old protege, Pamela Caveness, as Nina Maloff. And now for our play. The lights are being dimmed and the silver curtain is rising on the first act of the concluding episode of Broken Prelude. 3 months have passed since Julia Connors was released from prison, and on that very day took young Nina Maloff away from the gambling club operated by her stepfather, Joe Renardo. They've been months filled with problems for Julia, for the girl Nina, and no less for Paul Thomas, young deputy district attorney in whose custody Julia is paroled. As our curtain rises, Julia and Paul are discussing the problem of Nina with Judge Ernest Gordon, chief jurist of our juvenile court.
I asked you here because I want you to understand my position in this case. I'm sure you both realize Nina Maloff is technically a ward of the court, while you, Miss Connors, well, to be frank...
To be frank, I've got a record. I'm a convict on parole, and you don't think I'm the proper person to care for Nina. That's it, isn't it?
Julia, Your Honor, there are other factors I don't think you consider. For one thing, the care Miss Connors has been taking of Nina these last 3 months. The things she has done to start the child in her career.
Paul.
Julia got a job 3 days after she was released, as a salesgirl in a music store. Because then she could take operatic records home at night for Nina to hear. And there was the matter of lessons.
Never mind, Paul. I can fight my own battles.
Judge Gordon, do you know who the child's teacher is? Martucci.
Martucci? But, Miss Connors, how could you afford...
She can't. That's the point. Julia laid personal siege to Martucci's studio and practically browbeat him into accepting Nina as a pupil. And for about 1/10 his usual price.
I tell you, all this has nothing to do with it, Paul.
On the contrary, it may have a great deal to do with it. The fact that you've been making certain sacrifices with the child...
Sacrifice is nothing. Nina's mother was my cellmate for 2 years. The day I was leaving, Anna sent for me. She was dying, and she begged me to look her kid up and see that she was taken care of. And that's all I'm interested in.
But as I recall, this department has suggested 3 different couples as possible foster parents for Nina. And each time you found some objection to them.
Well, they weren't the right ones. Oh, the kid's got talent. Her mother thought she could be a great singer, and maybe she can. So if anybody's going to adopt her, it should be somebody who can help her.
I see. Then if this court proposed the girl's adoption by someone who could further the child's musical career, you'd be perfectly agreeable.
Sure, why not? Why should I want to keep her? I've got my own life to live.
But there's still the problem as to whether I can allow you to continue caring for Nina in the meantime.
Why not? She's doing all right.
Why not? Miss Connors, what was your profession before you went to prison?
I was entertainer in a cabaret.
So I understand. I also understand that working with you was a girl named Marcia Wallace.
So what about her?
Just this. Did you or did you not say before you left prison that you'd get revenge on Marcia Wallace because, as you put it, she framed you? Well, Miss Connors?
Yes, I said that.
Miss Connors, if I allow you to keep Nina for the present, have I your word that you will forego whatever action you intended against this Marcia Wallace?
I've got to be going.
Julia, wait. You haven't...
Nina's at home alone, and I've got to take her someplace at 5 o'clock. It's important. I can't wait here. Goodbye.
Julia. Your Honor, I'm sorry. But it's as I told you. Julia...
I'm sorry, too, Thomas. I know how you feel about Miss Connors, and I wanted to try to help you. But under the circumstances, I'm afraid I'm going to have to take definite action.
Here's the theater, miss. We made it 2 minutes to 5.
Fine. Come on, Nina. Here, driver.
Thanks.
We go in here, Nina.
But what is all this, Julia? Why are you so excited? Why don't you tell me?
Nina, inside there, waiting for us, or rather for you, is a man named Charles Renison.
Renison?
Yes, the manager of the San Marco Opera Company. For 6 weeks I've been hounding him to give you an audition, and you're getting it. Today.
Julia!
Now don't Julia me, come on.
Yes, miss, were you looking...
We had an appointment with... Oh, Mr. Renison, I hope we're not late.
Oh, not at all. Boris, hold it a moment, will you?
This is Nina Maloff. Nina, Mr. Renison.
How do you do?
Hello, Miss Marlowe. What would you like to sing?
Anything you say.
Well, that covers a pretty broad field. The orchestra's been rehearsing some of the music for La Traviata. Know anything from that?
How about Darfur C'est Lui?
Sure you want to try that?
I'd just as soon.
All right. Boris!
Yes, Mr. Renison?
Boris, the young lady's going to... Miss Marlowe, Mr. Boris Coleman.
How do you do?
It is an honor, Miss Marlowe. I was a friend of your mother.
I'm glad.
Miss Marlowe's going to sing the Darfur C'est Lui.
Oh, good. Splendid. Come along, miss.
Yes, and we'll listen from out front. Coming, Miss Connors?
Just a minute, please. Nina.
Yeah?
Good luck, darling. You're not afraid?
Guess I can't be, can I? This has got to be good for both our sakes.
You're right. Now go on up there and sing.
Julia?
Yes?
Kiss me for luck, will you?
Why? Sure, Nina.
Thanks.
Now beat it.
All right, Julia. I'm ready, Mr. Coleman.
All right.
Okay, Anna Maloff. Your daughter's got her chance. Now maybe you'd better start helping her. Oh, it's got to be good. Got to be good.
Bravo.
Nina! Julia, was it all right? Julia, you're crying.
Oh, you're crazy. What is there to cry about?
Very fine, Nina. Excellent. All right, Miss Connors, I'm sold. Come back in the morning. We'll talk it over.
Oh, thank you.
You'll find him there on the stage, Mrs. Anderson.
Thank you, Steve. Charles. Charles, darling, did you forget we had an appointment?
Oh, I'm glad you're here, my dear. Nina Maloff, Miss Connors, I'd like to have you meet my wife.
Your wife? How do you... Julia. Marcia. Marcia Wallace.
And so ends Act One of Broken Prelude, starring Bette Davis. Before we continue with the second act, here's a man with a Christmas thought. John Conte.
By this time next week, the suspense will be all over. You'll know exactly what was in even the most curious-shaped Christmas package. And many of you, I hope, will find this Christmas a particularly happy one, because it brings you the gleaming loveliness of 1847 Rogers Brothers silver plate. Silver plate in the glamorous pattern First Love. For this is the new and sensational pattern that brings to silver plate for the first time the miracle of sterling silver craftsmanship. Craftsmanship which etches the rich floral ornament more deeply, raises it higher, gives it beauty and elegance undreamed of before. Craftsmanship possible only to a house rooted in tradition, a house of 91 years' supremacy in silver plate design, the famous house of 1847 Rogers Brothers. This Christmas, 1847 Rogers Brothers offer their glorious silver plate at special savings. The Silver Theater set, a beautiful 62-piece service in a stunning rosewood finish cabinet, costs only $59.75, a saving of more than $14 over open stock price. It comes not only in the First Love pattern, but in other attractive 1847 Rogers Brothers patterns also. Visit your silverware dealer tomorrow. Find out what easy, convenient payment terms can be arranged, and make your Christmas a silver Christmas with America's finest silver plate, 1847 Rogers Brothers.
Once again, the lights are being dimmed and the silver curtain is rising on the final act of Broken Prelude. Several weeks have passed. Nina is under contract to Marcia Wallace's husband, Charles Renison. And after long and arduous rehearsal, the night of Nina's debut has come at last. Then on the following morning, there's cause for celebration as over the breakfast table, Julia and Nina read reviews of the performance.
Youthful and flawless voice brought a freshness and vitality to the character that gave primary importance to this usually minor role. There is little doubt but that the young newcomer is assured a brilliant future. Well, there you are. That's all of them.
Oh, Julia, aren't they swell?
Swell? They're a bunch of lies, and you know it. Drink your milk.
A bunch of lies?
Nina Maloff's flawless voice. Humbug. You were flat 6 times in the second act.
Julia, I wasn't.
Well, once anyway, I think.
I know what you mean, Julia. You're afraid maybe that those things in the paper will make a difference. They won't, Julia. Honest. I know that part of those things are just because I'm a kid.
Well, if you realize that, maybe there's some hope for you. Pass the toast.
Julia, I just thought of something. Now you can quit your store job, you know it? I need you with me at the theater, I mean. You know, be sure I look all right. Check on my singing and everything.
Oh, no. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's a typical stage mother. When it comes to a career, I always say a mother's place is...
Mother. Julie, do you know what you said?
Well, suppose I did. Maybe it's not such a bad idea.
Oh, Julia, I'm so happy. I didn't think I could be so happy.
Come to think of it, neither did I. Hey, come on now. You get on to your practicing.
I'll go. Hello, Paul.
Hello, Nina.
Paul, have you seen the reviews?
Yes, Julia.
Oh, and thank you for the flowers, Paul.
What did you try to do, buy out a flower store? I thought Nina was going to... What's wrong?
Well, Nina, you better go in the other room.
Paul?
But what is it? I want to know.
Go on, Nina. You don't need to say anything. Your friend Judge Gordon is going to take her away from me.
Yes, Julia.
Oh, he would wait for a time like this.
If you'll remember, you told him you wanted to be rid of her. You also said that you'd make no objection to Nina's being adopted, provided the right family wanted her.
Oh, but a career.
In this case, if anything, her career would be helped.
Oh, well, I guess that's that then. If it means a good home for her and all the other things she needs, well, that's swell. That's all I was worried about.
Down in your heart, you want that girl, Julia. You could fight to keep her.
Maybe I've fought too long. Maybe I'm tired of it.
All right, Julia. But there's one thing I think you ought to know. The people that want to adopt Nina are Charles and Marcia Renison.
Marcia?
Yes, Julia.
Marcia Wallace adopting Nina. Marcia taking that kid away from me now. Oh, that's wonderful. And I'll bet she thinks she's going to get away with it.
Julia, then you will fight it. You won't let them take her.
Fight? Oh, you've never even seen me start, Paul Thomas. There's nothing I wouldn't do to stop Marcia Wallace from getting that child. Nothing. Do you understand?
We'll take it to court. And I'll back you, Julia. I'll back you.
Court? Oh, no, we won't take it to court. Because I'll settle this before it ever gets to court. A long time before. And I'm starting now. All right, I admit it, Your Honor. I did go to Marcia Renison's house, and I did mean to harm her. If that was necessary to keep her from taking Nina. That's what their lawyer has been trying to prove to you in this hearing, Your Honor. Well, he can save his breath, I admit it.
Well, that's very considerate of Miss Connors. May I continue, Your Honor?
Yes. Go ahead, Mr. Morrow.
I submit, Your Honor, that this action Miss Connors has just confessed, considered by the sight of her previous record as a convicted felon, shows her unfit to be guaranteed permanent custody of the child Nina Maloff. While, on the other hand, the fitness of my clients, Mr. and Mrs. Renison, is self-evident. I believe that's all that need be said.
Mr. Renison, Your Honor, you are fully aware of the responsibility that this adoption entails?
Fully, Your Honor.
And you, Mrs. Renison?
Your Honor, I haven't had a chance to see much of Nina, but even from the little I have seen of her, I'm genuinely fond of the child. You have my word that I'd like to do my best to take her mother's place.
Take her mother's place?
Miss Connors, please. Mrs. Renison.
That's all, Your Honor. Except that I can't understand Julia feeling the way she does.
Now, Mr. Thomas.
Your Honor.
I think it would be well if you'd bring in the child herself.
Yes, Your Honor. Well, Nina.
Yes,
You're to
Paul?
come in now. Come in, Nina. Come in and sit down.
Yes, sir.
Nina, you probably know the purpose of this hearing.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Thomas.
Now, Nina, don't be frightened and just answer the questions we ask you. First of all, do you feel that Julia has taken good care of you? I mean, have you been comfortable and well fed?
You know I have, Paul.
But in this case, the judge wants to know. Now about your music. Did Julia make you practice regularly?
2 hours a day and 3 on Saturdays.
She was strict?
I'll say she was. She said I couldn't stay with her if I didn't work.
All right, Your Honor.
Mr. Morrow, have you any questions to ask the child?
Thank you, Your Honor. Nina, you say Miss Connors took such good care of you. What kind of hours did you keep? I mean, what time did you usually go to bed?
Oh, about 11 or sometimes 12.
You stayed up till 12 o'clock regularly.
I said 11 or 12. Besides, it was only because she brought records home for me to hear and she had to take them back the next day.
Nina, did you ever hear Miss Connors mention the name of Marcia Wallace?
Paul, do I have to answer that?
Yes, Nina.
Well, yes.
What did she say about Marcia Wallace?
That she had framed her, and when she got rid of me, she was going to get even, but she didn't mean that. I know she didn't.
One more question, Nina. Did either Miss Connors or Mr. Thomas prompt you what to say at this hearing?
Yes, they both did.
Oh, they prompted you. And what did they tell you to say, Nina?
They told me to tell the truth.
Is that all, Mr. Morrow?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, Nina, I have to ask your opinion about something very important.
I know what you're going to ask me, and I can tell you the answer now, Judge. I want to stay with Julia. Please, Judge. You don't understand about things. Julia needs me, and I guess I need her, but Mr. Renison's all right, and his wife, too, but they can adopt somebody else. I belong to Julia now. Don't you see?
That's what we're here to decide, Nina. You'd better go out again for a few minutes.
Julia, do I have to?
Go on, Nina.
Okay.
And now, Miss Connors, Mr. and Mrs. Renison have each spoken in their own behalf. It's only fair that you should have the same privilege. Well?
I have nothing to say.
Julia,
What's the use? It's all decided. It was decided before it started. It was decided 3 years ago when a jury of 12 infallible men and women said that Julia Connors was guilty as charged. I'm not a fit person to take care of Nina. I'm a convict. This court says so. And there's not the slightest chance in the world that this court could be wrong.
Julia.
All right, take the kid. Take her and see if I care. Because I don't, you understand? I don't care. I'm glad she's out of my way.
Julia. Your Honor, she doesn't know what she's saying. Give me 1 minute, please. I'll bring her back. Julia.
I'm getting out of here.
And I say you're not.
Julia, what is it? What's happened?
Now, Julia, listen to me. Listen.
Let go of me.
Paul, you're hurting her.
Go on back in there. Listen to Marcia's speeches. They're much prettier than I can make and funnier.
Julia, you're a fool. Do you understand that? A blind, stubborn, childish fool. I've been fighting with you through all of this, but now if I have to, I'm fighting against you.
Paul.
And it's a fight for more than keeping Nina. It's a fight for you yourself, Julia, and for our love. You're going back in there.
I won't.
I'm not asking you. You're going back in that courtroom. You're going to stop being blinded by your hatred for Marcia Wallace and tell the truth. You're going to let Judge Gordon see the Julia Connors that is deserving of being Nina's mother. The Julia Connors that I knew and fell in love with before all of this happened. You're going to break through this wall you built around yourself and let Judge Gordon know the things that even you won't admit are in your heart. It's the one chance, Julia. The only chance.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think I can, Paul. You see, there's so many things between.
You've got to try, Julia, and you're going to.
Julia, please do what Paul says. Please.
Well, Julia?
All right.
You better wait here, Nina.
I will.
Your Honor, Miss Connors is ready now.
Very well.
Judge Gordon, I'm sorry for a minute ago, and what I said was a lie. I do want Nina. Paul has just told me that my only chance in this hearing is to tell you the absolute truth. All right. Then, first of all, I was innocent of the crime I went to prison for. Marcia, in your heart, you know that's true. She does, Your Honor. But she won't tell you so. And you won't believe me. Oh, but you can believe this. I love that child, and I need her. You see, Your Honor, during the 3 years of my sentence, there was something that died inside me, and Nina Maloff brought it to life again. I don't know any clearer way to tell you than that. A long time ago, I gave up asking for things and started fighting. I'm not fighting now. I'm begging you to let me keep Nina Maloff.
Thank you, Miss Connors. All of the parties concerned having been heard, it is the duty of this court to make its decision. I want you to realize that I have tried to be influenced neither by emotion nor by personal feeling. But I have considered only the ultimate welfare of the child. Therefore, it is the decision of this court that permanent custody of Nina Maloff be granted to Charles and Marcia Renison.
Julia. Thank you, Your Honor.
Charles, let's get out of here.
Marcia.
I tell you, I can't stand it. Take me out of here.
Mr. Thomas, Miss Connors, I'm sorry. With a prison record, there was nothing else I could do. I'm sorry.
Julia. Julia, you mustn't take it like this.
You please go. Just leave me alone.
But, Julia, my darling.
I just want to be left alone.
Julia. You go find my Nina, Julia. Oh, you got to go. You can help her, Julia. I can ask nobody else. Believe me, there is a greatness in my daughter, but she must have a chance. Oh, you see that, Julia?
Stop it.
You can help my girl, Julia. And she needs you. Say you go find her, Julia.
Oh, stop it.
Julia, please don't cry.
Nina, darling, go along. You've got to go with the others.
But I don't. Julia, look.
Marcia.
All right, Julia. You win. I win. As long as you fought me, hated me, I could do it. But not now. I can't. Not any longer.
Marcia, my dear, you...
Charles, you won't stop me. Julia, for 3 years I've lived in a kind of hell. because I let you go to prison for a crime that I committed. I was afraid, and so I lied. But I'm telling the truth now. To the judge, to everyone if necessary. You'll have Nina. You deserve her, and you're going to have her. I'm not sure what they'll do to me. I don't even care. At least I'll know some kind of peace again. Marcia, that's all. I'm going now.
Marcia,
Yes?
maybe it won't be necessary to tell too many people. You see, whatever crime there was 3 years ago, well, I think it's already been pretty well paid for. Oh, Julia.
Come, Marcia, my dear.
Julia, then it's all right. Everything, I mean. I can stay with you.
Yes, Nina. Everything's all right.
Hey, you're crying. But why should you cry now?
Nonsense, I'm laughing. Oh, Nina.
Oh, pardon me, you two, but remember me?
Paul.
Or should I go, too?
Go?
Well, at a moment like this, I hesitate to intrude on the family.
But you're part of the family, Paul.
Why, Nina.
Julia?
Well, this seems to be the day for truth coming out, doesn't it?
Oh, Julia.
Paul, darling.
Hey, remember me?
In just a few seconds, Bette Davis will come back to greet you in person. First, we'd like to remind you that while there are only 6 more shopping days before Christmas, there is something you can do about it. If you will, please, John.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is still time to give your wife or mother or sweetheart the grandest Christmas gift of her life. Lustrous solid silver by International Sterling. Your silverware dealer has services in many sizes and a wide variety of exquisite patterns, which can be yours on easy, convenient payment terms. If the one you're giving to already owns International Sterling Silver, find out the name of her pattern and make your Christmas gift extra salad forks or other pieces in the matching pattern. For remember, any woman can be a more gracious and charming hostess if her silverware is beautiful and adequate. But perhaps you'd like to start a sterling service for someone instead. You can very easily indeed by giving one of International Sterling's lovely Me to You sets. This is a place setting for one person created in the rich loveliness of the Enchantress pattern and costs only $16.75. $75. Visit your silverware dealer tomorrow and 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 on that day of days, watch her face when she opens your package, when she sees the proud mark of International Sterling on every lovely piece, when she realizes that here is solid silver through and through, silver that will gleam as gloriously a full generation from now as it does this Christmas morning. International Sterling Silver. And now we return to Conrad Nagel, who is coming to the center of our silver stage with Bette Davis, star of our play tonight, and of the forthcoming Warner Brothers production, Dark Victory.
Thank you very much.
Betty, if I ever write my memoirs, I'll have 2 stories to tell. The first will be about a time, 6 years or so ago, when a young unknown actress named Bette Davis made her first screen appearance in a picture of mine. And the other will be about this program, when a very young lady named Pamela Caveness started on what I'm certain will be another remarkable career.
Oh, thank you, Conrad, for both Pam and me. And I'd like to thank Carlton Cadell for being such a patient Paul to such an impatient Julia.
Thank you, Betty. It's been grand working with you.
Well, you're certainly an industrious girl these days, Betty, making pictures like Dark Victory, appearing on radio shows like ours, and coaching Pam.
Yes, and right now I'm taking over another job. Yours.
Huh?
Ladies and gentlemen, next week on Silver Theater, Mr. Conrad Nagel will star with Ida Lupino in Challenge for 3.
Well, it's my turn to say thank you. And thanks a lot for being with us these past 2 weeks, Betty, and come again.
Hey, remember me?
Yeah, you bet we do, Pam. We'll remember you for a delightful performance and some lovely songs.
I'd like to thank you and Betty for giving me a chance to sing them. Good night.
Good night, Pam.
Good night.
Good night, Betty.
remember, if you want solid silver, you want International Sterling. If you want silver plate, you want 1847 Rogers Brothers, both proudly created by International Silver Company. All the characters and events in today's drama were purely fictional. John Conte speaking. This is the Columbia Broadcasting System.
This is Chesterton Radio, the true, good, and beautiful at chestertonradio.com.